I'm just pretending that I didn't have to record this again because I was wearing a green shirt. Yeah. So, a new trailer for the eagerly awaited Final Fantasy VII Rebirth recently dropped during the PlayStation State of Play on September the 14th. And with it, the prayers of many 7 fans across the world being answered, such as playable Red 13 and Cake Sith. I don't care, that's how I say it. An expanded combat system, more Sephiroth flashbacks, the Golden Saucer, Vincent Valentine, and Cloud on a Segway, because why not? And a release date of February the 29th, 2024. And I thought I would just cover some highlights from what I think about the game so far, because thanks to Square Enix, I had the privilege of playing 2 demos for 2 sections of the game. These sections covered the Mount Nibel mission, as well as the Junon region exploration. I need to warn you now, this is not going to be a really professional video. I'm just going to stand here and gush about the game and tell you what I thought and interesting things that were in the demo. And I'm using a green screen, which I have a green screen, so I should probably use it. I should make use of it. I never use it. Feel free to Photoshop me into something, I guess. I'm scared. I shouldn't have done that. So to start off, I think I'm going to cover the first demo section I played, which was the Mount Nibel mission, where you play as younger Cloud, accompanied by baby Tifa and spoiler, and your guardian Sephiroth, who's decided to take the kids on an exciting trip out to see a Mako reactor, because wow, what a responsible guy. Wow. God damn it, I can't do this. The section of the demo was incredibly fun for many, many reasons, but one major highlight outside the story was the fact that you could play as Sephiroth. You could play as Sephiroth in combat, just like you could in the original section of the game, as confirmed by Nomura himself during the key staff Q&A from the PlayStation blog website, which I will link below for you to look at. You're welcome. It was also an introduction into the new and I would say very much improved combat system. Playing as Sephiroth means that you get to slash up your enemies. Playing as Sephiroth means that you get to slash up your enemies using the Masamune, and much like Cloud's Punisher stance, Sephiroth also enters a retaliation stance, so that he can parry incoming attacks. It was extremely fun playing between Sephiroth and Cloud because you could see their damage output as well, the funny little numbers popping up on the screen, and it was very different because Cloud's just a little guy doing little guy damage, and Sephiroth is, well, he's Sephiroth. And just like the previous installment of Remake, Rebirth allows you to give out commands via the command window on the left, as well as using character-specific abilities via the all-too-familiar ATB gauge. However, playing through this particular demo was my reintroduction to the synergy ability skills, or synergy skills, the synergy thing. Something you may already be familiar with from episode Yuffie from 7 Integrate, with her combined attacks with her and Sonon. This was a particular combat feature that I know a lot of people were hoping would be integrate into the new Rebirth combat system, and I'm happy to say that it was an absolute blast being able to use these abilities later on with my entire party. But I'll tell you about that later. That's a different section. I'll tell you about that later. You finish the demo section by taking on perhaps a familiar enemy to you if you've played the original 7, the Materia Guardian, or the Materia Keeper. And this gives you the chance to try out the new synergy skills and abilities to the fullest. Synergy abilities can be used by filling up the synergy gauge bar that is just under your character's ATB gauge. And I think I'm going to say gauge so many times in this video that gauge doesn't even sound like a word anymore. Gauge. Gauge. What is it? I don't even know anymore. To fill the gauge, Gotch. Okay. Anyway. You can use the character's unique abilities in the command menu when you're in combat. So pretty straightforward coming from what we are familiar with 7 Remake. Sephiroth and Cloud's attack is named Double Helix, and it's probably the synergy attack you have seen the most online, specifically for how they just slow motion slay whilst doing it. So true. There was just so much that I adored about just this small section of the demo, despite the linearity, just because of story reasons. The ability to almost parkour and stray from the path to smaller areas was really, really refreshing. And you were rewarded for doing that. And to summarize the Mount Nibel section that we got to play through, it was filled with exciting new combat tutorials and had me itching to try it with even more party members, which was great because the next section that I got a chance to play was exploring a part of the open world of Junon with the main party. Junon exploration. This section of the demo allowed for you to explore the open expanse of Junon, but only a little bit because Square Enix said no spoilers, this is a demo and this is all you get. But what we got was still a lot. With the main party of Cloud, Tifa, Barret, Aerith, and Red 13, all of which you could use in combat only in set teams for the demo. But in the final game, you'll be able to change the team members around as well as their equipment and materia, which will make 4 new synergy abilities that you can use between them. Junon gives you a taste of the multifaceted world outside of the familiar, rather corridor-like levels of Midgar. Particular highlights of this section for me was the previously mentioned synergy abilities, but with the main party, as well as the hunts that you could find scattered throughout the map. These assignments come with set objectives to achieve throughout the combat, and achieving them proved a great challenge, given the option to retry as many times as you wanted until you absolutely nailed it. And it also helped me get familiar with the synergy abilities for all the characters. Something I was left hoping for after Remake was these team attacks, and to actually have been able to do these in Rebirth, it almost brought tears to my eyes. Playing this section of the demo was like my silent, tiny wishes for the series coming true. We have so many more options for land traversal, including the player's new parkour skills, we can swim, as well as the use of a chocobo. And when I say the use of a chocobo, I mean every single party member gets a chocobo. Every single party member. Everyone. Why is he on a chocobo? It's like, I literally was there oh god. I was literally there for 5 minutes just staring at Red 13 on a chocobo. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I felt like I was stumbling upon hidden gem after hidden gem in this demo, following baby chocobos, petting them on the head, and swimming out into the ocean to access parts of the map that I thought was separated from me by invisible walls. It truly did breathe life into the narrative of this great adventure that you're about to set on with your friends into this brand new world of possibilities. So this is a little bit short and sweet, but I wanted to keep this vague, but with enough detail to give you some understanding of what new features are in Rebirth compared to Remake. I only had 1-ish hour to play these demos, so I know for a fact that there were things that I totally missed or didn't even get to cover in this video, just for the sake of you being able to discover these things for yourself. So I very much implore you to please go check out other people's videos and coverage, because I think it will give you a more well-rounded understanding of what these demos really have to offer. But playing what I did, it was a breath of fresh air, as I said before, and I had a smile on my face most of the time. And I think that fans of the remake, like myself, will be extremely satisfied with the development the team has made with the exploration and combat. And I am very, 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 very curious about where the story's going. I think Rebirth is shaping up perfectly to complement Remake in being an incredible love letter to the original 97 classic. And after reading certain tweets from the official FF7 Twitter account, I am extremely curious about what Rebirth has in store for us. I loved it, and I'm counting down the days till February 29th, 2024. Thank you for watching. Take care.